Welcome, everyone, to the Plains and Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common as saying hello. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Auburn Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running. Is to be found as he stopped at the 18. A first down for the offense. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Leaves it with the back. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
Harris back to pass. He's got it. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
It's complete on the right side. At midfield, he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Fair catch, called for and made. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Bulldogs pulled one out of the fire and beat Auburn in a close one the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a really good one in the Deep South's oldest rival. We've seen so many great games in this matchup, and that was one of them. But Georgia came away with it, and Auburn got to think about that for a whole year.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Ivory. Looking for a big play. Reels it in down the left side.
And that's just nice patience and a great route. One-on-one, working the defender, taking his time, getting out of his break, locating the football, and making the catch just in time in bounds.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. And it's caught! Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They'll give it to the back. Smashes through. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. Don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Hand off from the shotgun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Running back goes in motion. Quarterback checking off. Harris will throw. Gets open down the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
There's a reason 3rd down is called money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to the toss. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you wanted to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's caught. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, he leaves it with the back.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Auburn! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Liberty has opened up a can, and the result is what's shaping up to be one of the more lopsided affairs of the entire day. They're up 14 over Tulane. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Power football with the run. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Quarterback empties his backfield. Scanning the field, it's Ivory. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Trying to pick out that ball through a deluge of rain, and he missed it. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Couldn't order better field position for this offense. On the ground with the counter. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
And that quarterback knew the counter run was going to work on that play because he counted the box defensively before the snap. He saw that he had an advantage in numbers and blockers getting a hat on a hat, so he knew that was a green light. As soon as he got the snap, off they go, and it's an explosive play.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Now he's looking to throw it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Deep shot for the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. He wants to go deep. And this is dropped. and he couldn't hold on.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
On second down, wants to throw it. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Makes the grab down the left side. Oh, look out, there he goes. The 10. No one there to stop him, except the fella in the striped shirt who threw the penalty flag. This one might be coming back. On to attempt the try. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he's coming out of the end zone. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense set for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. You can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day, but right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. This offense has a second down play. The option look. Now the toss. Past the 30. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They scored fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What is...
Looking to take a shot. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Leaves it with the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the move. Kept it, and he's past the marker. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Dogs! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he's going to try to return this one. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Coverage team does a good job. Touches it dead. No return on this one.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field. All the speed on the field for that punt coverage team. And you could tell they caught up with them and forced the fumble.
And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. So much for the tough field position. One play and you're already to the 35. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this group.
He's going for the big play. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. They'll toss it to the left. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Going for the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Quickly complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. The give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Harris back to pass. Fires downfield. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver can get it. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Got his man. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Throws to the wideout. Fires the pass. Intercepted.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got better job with his decision-making.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get...
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. You get the big play, now to pay it off. 1st and 10 in the red zone. This is a designed run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Just 9 seconds to play here in the half. Let's see if they come out guns a-blazing. Here's the handoff. Got room at the 35. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll give it to him again. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Wants to throw. It's Glass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Snags it inside the 20. They make the stop, but man, oh man, did he almost get a score on the final play of the half. A big game. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep plowing it on until they find an answer.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. Right back to the well. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
On second down, looking to throw. They're working that left side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Calls his own number. Still running at the 35. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Now the crowd responding in the red zone, trying to help this defense. On the option. He'll pitch it. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Georgia comes quickly to the line. A first down run in the red zone. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games. Still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the ground. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Back to pass, it's Glass. Makes the grab over the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, you see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, looking to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Still on his feet at the 45. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
To the ground. He's got it again. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And the defense is going to have more plays like that. He has had a ball game so far, running wild all day long. Defense finally comes up with the stop. Maybe get a little momentum here.
Over 100 yards already in this game. So if I'm on defense here, I'm adding more guys to the box, anticipating that they're going to continue to give this guy touches today.
Feeling some heat. Still looking. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
It's 4th down and 14, but they're going to go for it. Quick pass on the fly motion. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And how about the little razzle-dazzle? Sweep on 4th down and give it to a wide receiver. The defense was locked in, did a great job seeing it, going, attacking it, tackling to the ground. Big 4th down stop by this defense.
Quick completion to the right. And he delivers the blow, and he's still running. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Tigers will hustle to the line. Gets it out quickly. Got enough space. Touchdown, Tiger. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And he added the extra point. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. They've got it down to a 2-touchdown deficit, trailing by 14 and about to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try it over the left side. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
This offense all game long has been running really well, and I'm really impressed by how well they've recruited at the running back position. They've got some dynamic players coming into the game at different points, spelling each other, keeping each other fresh, and they're hurting this defense.
Going up top on 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Running with power.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in the scrum.
He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Trying to turn the corner on the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the offense on second down. Off play action. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Bringing it back. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Auburn. How about that D making the play and lighting up the board and swinging some momentum in their favor. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Pittsburgh was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen in the Steel City over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Steps away. He'll pull it down. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Nice job by the D, playing the pass first. QB scrambles. It's the fourth quarter. I got to save time. I got to save possessions. What do I do to end the run? Now I push the quarterback out of bounds. He goes out of bounds. Thank you. I didn't even have to waste a timeout. Nice job by the D.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
He'll ride his man on the option. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Now on second down. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Wants to throw on second down. Gonna take a shot. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Georgia! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
Man, the red and black going crazy, the fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs. And man, they got to do something about it.
Looking for a productive play on first down. tight end. At the 45, on his way. Open runway ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Not only do you have the big gain and you sort of knock the defense back, but you're also set up in the red zone.
Yeah, they've got this defense on their heels right now after that big play. We talked about this offense being explosive. Now that they're in the red zone, let's see what they dial up next.
Caught in the backfield, it's Mills. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Tiger. And they take it in for 6 more points. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Handoff to the single running back. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
From the gun, the ground game. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. The Dogs want to crank the tempo. Now they'll run it on the toss. At the 40, there he goes. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it, but get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
They not only have to deal with this defense, but the noise from this crowd on 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
On 4th down, going to the air. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
But what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the fourth quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They believe they can run right here. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. They'll try the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. He's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll try the left side. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. 2nd down coming up. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the Tigers will keep this drive going.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Harris will throw. Fires to the wideout. Rolls it in. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
They'll run it from the gun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
This late in the game, 4th quarter, go time. We got to make plays. We got to go to those things that really, really work well. We can't waste too many more downs. I know it's 3rd down coming up, but we got to put this thing in full throttle.
Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another 1st down. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Auburn.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. And he holds it in the end zone for the touchdown. All tied up, and now the kicker can win it.
And how about the execution by this offense, taking almost all of the clock, tying this football game, and now get that kicker loose. No pressure at all. Go kick that thing through the uprights, and you get the big W.
And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the 4th. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Shakes off the tackle. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.